Hey, this is Claire's Cooking Club. I'm Claire, and today we're going to make a pizzadilla. Now, I invented this recipe because I was thinking one day, my two favorite foods are pizza and quesadillas. How can I put them together and have them in one yummy meal? So I came up with this recipe. We've made it in Cooking Club. The kids love it. Again, this is a great recipe for anybody from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and older. So the first step in Cooking Club is always wash your hands. I just washed mine. If you want to wash yours, you can pause this video and go wash it if you're cooking along. If not, pull up a chair and let's get cooking together. So here's the ingredients for a pizzadilla. We need tortillas. You know, when you have pizza, you have a pizza crust. So our pizza crust is going to be tortillas. So we're going to need 2 tortillas. I've got one for the bottom and one for the top. We're going to use cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you like. I've got some mozzarella shredded here that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use a pizza sauce that I made from scratch, but you can use a canned pizza sauce or a pasta sauce or anything. My homemade pizza sauce is 1 can of organic tomato paste and some fresh tomatoes that I cooked, blanched, and then froze in this silicone pan. It's really cool. You always have tomatoes when you need them. So this sauce is really thick. You want to have a thick sauce. You don't want to have it really runny because then it really won't stick to your pizzadilla. So I'm just doing a slow, simple smear over this quesadilla. Just a slow, simple smear. You don't need to use a lot. You just basically want to have it covered. And like a pizza, you don't want to take the sauce to the ends. You just want to kind of keep it in the middle. Then we're going to sprinkle some cheese on top. I don't know, do you like spicy food? I kind of like spicy food myself. If you do like spicy food, you can add spices. This is like an Italian seasoning. We can sprinkle a little bit of that on. And if you want something really spicy, and a lot of people do, this is dry red pepper flakes. So we're going to put a few of those on there because why not? So we've got our seasonings. I'm going to put a little bit more cheese. I'm going to spread it over there. I'm going to pat. Then I'm going to use this cutting board as kind of a carrier to slide it into this hot pan. Can you hear the sizzle? Oh yeah, it's starting to cook. Let's watch. Okay, it's ready to flip. How do you know? Well, you can see it's getting kind of smoky in the pan. It's nice and brown and beautiful golden on the top tortilla. Now we flipped it over and now the bottom tortilla is going to cook the same. While this is cooking, the cheese is melting and it's getting all gooey in with the sauce. Remember, always when you cook near a stove or an oven or a cooktop, that's the time that grown-ups need to help you. You cannot use a stove or a cooktop or an oven. That's just for grown-ups. All right, we're almost done. We're going to check this here. You might want to lightly oil the pan before you cook it, or if you have a non-stick pan, you don't need the oil at all, or you can use a little cooking spray. Oh, look, it's done. See how fast that is? It doesn't need to get much more brown than that. If you like it browner, you can, but that'll be good for us. Okay, it's ready to come out of the pan. It's nice and hot. So remember, when you are cooking, you always need a grown-up. Whether you're using an oven or a cooktop or a stove, always get a grown-up. They'll be glad to help you. So when you take something right off of the pan, it's going to be really hot, so you want to be very careful. You let it cool for a few minutes, and then we're going to cut it. Now, I'm using a child-safe knife. You can get these anywhere. I know Amazon sells them. Quick knife lesson, my friends. We never hold the knife by this part of the knife, only by this part. And when we cut, we want to keep that point down and then pivot the knife onto our food. I'm going to cut the quesadilla right here now so you can kind of see inside. We've used some thin flour tortillas. You could probably use corn too, but I like to use the flour tortillas because it's more kind of like a pizza crust, because pizza crust is also made with flour. This is a super easy recipe, and speaking of recipe, if you would like a copy of this, you can write to me at clairescookingclub@gmail.com, and I'll email you one right away. You don't even really need a recipe. You could kind of come up with this on your own and make any sort of additions that you like or that you happen to have in your house. Again, all I used were tortillas, my pasta or spaghetti or pizza sauce, basically a red marinara, some spices, and some cheese. Thanks so much for watching. I am going to take a bite of this right now. So good. See you soon.